Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR today for Tuesday morning. It's the second day of summer. On the man they call Meathead. It's June 22nd, 2021. Joined, as always, on a Tuesday morning by Linda Kay. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Meathead. Happy day number 2 of summer 2021.
Summer solstice yesterday. I had this whole breakdown for my daughter. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on air or even to you, but my girls are homeschooled. So, school doesn't stop when summer starts. So, I wanted her to learn about the summer solstice. So I have a whole PowerPoint presentation going on for her. So she's going to learn about why it's summer solstice.
Ooh. Sometimes we all need a refresher what summer solstice is. When I hear summer solstice, I think about a big street festival in Milwaukee. But anyways.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are the city of festivals. I mean, that's never been, debated. Jeremy Pivens knows about SummerSlam or Summerfest. I did it backwards. It would have been a great joke if I wanted to goof that one up, boy, oh boy. All right, so that was one from back in the guest GM, days of Raw. Linda, who's our sponsor today so I can stop talking?
No worries. Our sponsor, Collar and Elbow. Make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com to see the latest in wrestling street fashions. We talk about being summer. We've got some good brother summer material, merch.
Yeah, summertime.
Yes. And some good sister shirts as well.
I like to get good sister once in a while.
Yes. Same here. Well, make sure to go to collarandelbowbrand.com and use promo code Linda K, LINDAKAY, to save yourself 10% off your order. Who doesn't want to save some money?
When you said summertime, I started going to Will Smith, right, in Fresh Prince.
Right.
Summertime. I used to know all the words to that song. I used to love that song.
Yes.
Here it is, a conversation about wrestling. Thought I was going to continue on the song. Let's talk real quick about summertime. And besides going out to all the festivals, summertime is usually something that involves a lot of summer movies. Apparently, the new G.I. Joe movie featuring Mojo Rawley.
Oh, former Green Bay Packer?
Former Green Bay Packer, Mojo Rawley.
Yes. Surprising you bring that up because I could have sworn last night was John Cena Appreciation Night for his movie F9 coming up. But no, that's great to hear from Mojo. I mean, we know he was recently released from WWE. Now we've got some great news about him making his big movie debut.
Well, you know what that means? That means that even though he was just released, obviously during the time that he was still under contract, he was working on the G.I. Joe movie, meaning that, it's not like he was just sitting around doing nothing because we don't get hype. We stay hype.
That is true.
Now, if I were Mojo Rawley at this exact, second, at this exact moment, why is he not out, pounding the streets? How come we don't see him on stuff? How come we don't see him in shows? How do you take advantage of this smoldering heat that he has coming off the new G.I. Joe movie, Snake Eyes?
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to see some more appearances by Mojo coming up, whether that be via social media or perhaps in some other promotions. I mean, that could be in the works.
Okay, well, again, WWE hitting the road again. There's another guy that they could have been using when they need an expanded roster. Speaking of people that are leaving the company for a little bit and maybe taking a break, hey, how's that free agent pickup that you made on Sunday working out for you?
Well, apparently KO and Kevin Owens KO, not to be confused
with Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega, Matthew Thomas, who addressed that to us internally. Apparently his shoot hurt from Hell in a Cell Sunday, and it's going to be taking some time away from some in-ring action, which means Team Longtime will then have to find a suitable replacement for Kevin Owens. And
at minus 25 points.
Therefore, yes, I would have to take a hit, but that's all right. With this new season, we've got some new rules. We can make a lot of things happen. We can shake things up. Perhaps Team Longtime will make some moves before Money in the Bank.
Absolutely. So Those point totals that are out there, those are unofficial according to the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howell. Apparently, somebody's got to go cross his T's and dot his I's again when he's doing math. David the Zohan hero called out the accounting firm last year and said some of the numbers were off. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do recall.
Math is hard. I'm telling you, Milwaukee Public School education for our accounting firm, not helping. But yes, KO, he legit looks like he's hurt. And KO, honestly, that looks like a guy that's probably going to go spend the summer with his kids. I mean, literally, I think he's going to go home to Quebec. I think he's from Quebec, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and go spend his summer with his kids. What is wrong with that? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. I mean, he had a strong last couple months and, another great match with Sami Zayn. I mean, we always say, okay, another Sami Kevin match, but
Right.
this is a good way to get him off TV if he does need that time to not just rest his body, but spend more time with his family. Well,
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Let's talk about Raw from last night. Linda, coming off the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, I had led off with saying that while I enjoyed the Rhea Ripley-Charlotte match on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, I hated the hot garbage juice finish and, pondered, should they do a Hell in a Cell match on Raw to satisfy the folks at USA Network and maybe get a blow-off to this angle? Well, we found out I was half right and half wrong. We were going to get the Hell in a Cell still hanging above the MVP's VIP lounge, and the Hell in a Cell is still hanging there. What we were going to end up finding out through the opening segment with MVP, with Bobby Lashley and the ladies of the night, Lashley's ladies, which are now the same ladies over and over. I don't know if that's going to change when they get to the Well, I mean, they're at night, right?
That's true. That is true. The VIP lounge usually takes place at night. That is true.
I mean, would you go to a VIP lounge if it were at 10:30 a.m.?
If it was Rockin' Cabana in Las Vegas, perhaps.
Okay. I mean, it's kind of like the, I don't want to say it in a degrading way, but it's kind of like the strip club on a Tuesday for that all-you-can-eat buffet for lunch.
Ooh. Okay. I see you're going there. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, yeah, I was kind of saying, yeah, myself. I'll go to all-you-can buffet, but you go into a strip club on a Tuesday afternoon, those are things sometimes you can't unsee.
Oh, maybe I might have to partake and check that out.
I mean, if there's one road trip you and I need, it's a strip club on a Tuesday afternoon at 10:30, getting ready for the lunch buffet. All you can eat burnt, hamburger patties.
Okay.
Or some flapjacks. I mean, because, well, anyway.
Because New Day.
Because New Day, that's right. But they weren't handing out flapjacks, and they weren't handing out bootios. Today, they were handing out toast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that came off MVP just saying let's, raise a toast to the almighty Bobby Lashley, still WWE champion. So I saw it making sense a little bit there. But we also, just like not too long ago, getting tomatoes thrown into the ring, we got toast tossed into the ring.
And they all so I gotta ask you, your toast, do you like it dark? Do you like it light? Do you like it medium? I mean, you don't like it burnt, do you?
I like it medium, or just like a slight tan on it.
Okay. I definitely have to have some color to it. And while I enjoy a buttered piece of toast, there is nothing wrong with a slab of grape jelly on it.
I like mine with just like a graze of butter.
Just a light grazing. I gotcha. Mm-hmm. You don't want to see the butter, patty just kind of pooled up on top of the bread.
Maybe sometimes. but yeah. So yeah, we got to see the New Day coming out, which was a nice surprise to me because I with that whole, it's still such a great Hell in a Cell match the other night between Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre. Yeah. I forgot that a couple weeks ago we had Kofi Kingston beating Bobby Lashley, and then
he brought footage.
Yeah, well, also how MVP has been talking to Kofi Kingston backstage a lot. I forgot about that, and then last night reminded me of it, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that Kofi Kingston just easily inserted him into the WWE.
It's kind of like a callback in a movie or a TV show. Mm-hmm. You do that callback. So
he's got himself a title shot now at Money in the Bank. Possible
as he should.
I'll still get points for Team Long Time, but possibly even more points if he doesn't get a victory. But as you know, we got to see Bobby Lashley face
Bob.
Xavier Woods. Or
As
Bob.
Kofi calls him. Bob. Can I talk to you, Bob?
Yeah. And then just like you said, we were able to get a Hell in a Cell match last night, but with Bob Lashley and Xavier
Bob
Woods.
Lashley. You know, Bob Lashley sounds like he rides Broncos. You know, just Bob Lashley, Bronco Buster.
Yeah. Well, Bobby Lashley is from Denver.
He is from Denver, but I'm thinking more along the lines of Oklahoma.
Oh, I thought you meant the Broncos of Denver, but
No,
I digress.
not the Broncos. But that's not bad. But you know, it's ironic too because I always think of Oklahoma and Texas as, you know, sea level, maybe even lower, and then you got the, you know, Colorado just a state or two up, and they got the Mile High City. So it is true how things kind of roll downhill. All right. Thank you. Next week when we talk geography. Anyway, we were promised 5 Money in the Bank qualifying matches last night, and we got them, right? First off, we got AJ Styles to take on Ricochet. I could smell shenanigans at the beginning of this match, and then they go to a backstage footage of the Viking Raiders getting in the face of AJ and Omos. I'm like, yep, Ricochet is going to Money in the Bank 100%. Here it comes. We see all the stuff that happens in the match. Your winner of the match, Ricochet, is in the Money in the Bank.
Well, you called it, and I think, obviously, of the two, Ricochet would need this opportunity more than AJ Styles, currently one half of the tag team champions and just being the phenomenal AJ Styles himself. But we still got a great match. I mean, I'm not complaining about an AJ Styles Ricochet match. And I think having Ricochet in the Money in the Bank match just adds a lot more value. I mean,
is Ricochet in the Kofi Kingston spot now? In the Shelton Benjamin spot? You know what I'm talking about? The guy that'll do all the crazy spots?
I don't think quite yet, but I do like that he's getting more light on him because he was off the scenes for a little bit. Yes. And I'm glad he's getting, you know, a little more recognition once again.
I thought he was very entertaining against Sheamus when he was coming up against him. But again, we had Humberto Carrillo and then Ricochet back and forth just cracking jokes on him, even though I thought Ricochet looked better and started to get a little shine back on him again. So we got to talk about Eva Marie and her protege, who was unnamed last week, but we know her name was Piper Niven. No, she was about to say Piper. I could see her, you know, pursing her lips. Yeah. Her name's Dewdrop.
It's spelled like
D-O-U.
Or actually, French would be, yeah. Dewdrop. Okay.
Dude. Ugh. But okay. I mean, we'll go with it. And Corey Graves is underappreciated at commentary. He sold that like it was the greatest thing since sliced or toasted bread. See, that's a callback, folks. Yeah. Dewdrop did not appreciate Eva Marie and dropped off the ring apron, and the women were doing tag team matches to get qualified for the Money in the Bank. So Asuka and Naomi both qualified for Money in the Bank.
Again, two tremendous talents that, I mean, we saw Asuka winning last year, but just having a lot of
that's what set me off to win the draft last year, was that surprise Money in the Bank win that I didn't expect, and a title win because Becky Lynch told her that the briefcase you won, you got the belt in it as well.
And Asuka had the belt for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I want to kind of go back to Eva Marie and Piper, or Dewdrop. So I was kind of surprised that they had Dewdrop. I don't know if she's fully parting ways with Eva Marie, because you know how we talked about this last week. Does this mean Eva Marie brings out another up and coming talent to Raw each week? But we saw Dewdrop with her again, and sounds weird saying that, but does this mean she's gonna be back with her next week? Is Piper Niven, gonna continue getting her chance to really show her worth and, you know, her talents on the big show? We'll see.
And not Paul White big show. We're actually the big Raw show. Yep. All right. So I love the build that we are getting for Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is going to win the belt at some point, but you know what she's doing right now? She's making Rhea even more legit. And they hate each other, but Charlotte keeps saying, good job, good job. That's it. That's what you got to do. It's like she's bringing her along with her. I love everything about this.
Right. Charlotte saying you're smarter than I thought, or said another word that something along those lines. But
yeah,
I like that. I mean, the two of them together have great chemistry. They look like they're shoot hot at one another. I don't believe they are. I mean, I'm
right.
not sure.
I don't think
but
so
they
either. I think they're
definitely,
doing their job, is what it is.
absolutely. And they just have that presence, the size, the height, just.
I will say this. Very piss poor explanation of the disqualification on the announce table last Sunday night.
Yeah.
That's happened in other matches every night. They said, what? Rules only matter for Charlotte and not for me?
Mm-hmm.
That's it? That's all you got to say? Come on, man.
Yeah, they seemed quite disappointed in Rhea for that, but I know we talked about it in yesterday's show. We've seen this happen before, and it's
multiple times.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that this gives us another opportunity and weeks leading up to another championship match between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair to take place at Money in the Bank.
Yeah. So let's talk about Money in the Bank, another qualifying match. This one was a big one. It was Randy Orton against Johnny Drip Drip. John Morrison led to the ring by Miz in his wheelchair, and he seems to have his wheelchair under control now. I need him to not be under control because it's a lot funnier that way.
You know, he has a side mirror now, excuse me.
Yeah.
On the wheelchair.
And the cup holder with all the drip sticks.
Yes, which is proving to become I'm gonna say deadly weapon, but
a Dudley weapon, like a Dudley boy?
To some extent, yes.
So Miz sprays Orton with the drip stick. Orton is seething. Obviously, Morrison takes advantage of the distraction and rolls Orton for the 2, but Riddle ends up riding down in a scooter, chasing Miz around the ringside area. Wheelchair versus scooter.
What did they say? A slow speed chase.
Right. Morrison hit the Starship Pain for the pin to win and qualify for Money in the Bank. Morrison defeats Orton.
Yeah. I am happy that John Morrison made it because he is quite a talent. And as far as his moves, his parkour, how he utilizes that, unlike any other star in WWE, I think he'll be a great addition in that Money in the Bank match. But again, you know, we have Randy Orton, who may not necessarily need to be in that match, but now him and Riddle are kind of having, you know, that little bit of separation, at least on one end, or just a little bit of questioning from Randy. So who knows?
What are your thoughts on Nikki Cross and her Super Molly character? Because let's be honest, while it's Nikki Cross and it's a new color and it's a new character underneath, it really does remind us all, and there's nothing wrong that it reminds us of, but Mighty Molly.
Yeah. First thing I thought about as well. They're even similar in size, height,
yep.
And just their personalities. Even
over the top,
yes.
Which is, I love it.
Yeah, I think Nikki Cross was channeling her in her Mighty Molly, but Nikki Cross always had that bubbly energy as well. Yes. I was rather surprised to see that. That was very unexpected, but I mean, she's getting quite the push right now. And while they could have kept her in her previous
incarnation
character, yeah, but now there's a new one, and it proved to work. And you know, going to this match, it was her and Alexa Bliss in the qualifying tag match.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I mean, because you know, technically Alexa's a heel, but she's a face, but she's a heel. She kind of is going down the same line that Bray Wyatt was doing in The Fiend, which, you know, was a bit confusing. But Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross taking on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Now, Cross and Bliss win, and really it looks like Nia Jax walked out on Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. Again, with Alexa Bliss's hypnotism, we saw her use her powers again once again on Reginald, and
No, say again.
almost,
It's okay.
he almost ended up slapping Naya.
I love what she's doing. I want to see it continue. I do think though there's got to be a way to bring in the Fiend. I mean, I'll pound the desk on that one over and over. When is the Fiend coming back? Because this is, she's keeping that feud, that character technically alive. Like when Jericho and Malenko had that great feud in WCW over the Cruiserweight Championship. Dean Malenko was out 6-9 months, right? Jericho just kept running him down over and over week after week on TV and then it got so hot, everybody wanted to see Malenko just tear through Jericho, right?
Right.
We could be doing the same thing here. Alexa Bliss could be channeling the Fiend or saying, I did this for the Fiend. Just keep his name on, the tip of our tongues.
Right. If she keeps saying, like she did at Hell in a Cell, you never know what or who to expect. Right. Perhaps that could be the Fiend sometime soon.
They showed us Drew McIntyre's back, and he got welted up pretty good. But very impassioned, very passionate. Drew McIntyre needed to try to qualify for this Money in the Bank ladder match because he won't be able to challenge Lashley one-on-one without it. So I almost said Bro Riddle. Matt Riddle, Drew McIntyre, and to be honest, with a big upset win, clean, not really any shenanigans here. Riddle defeats McIntyre.
Yeah, there were a lot of different upsets last night. This one, I feel the biggest upset, and especially as we just talked about, Randy Orton not getting his victory to be in the Money in the Bank match, but his tag partner Riddle does.
Yeah, he's pissed about it.
Oh yeah, you had Riddle pretty much, I don't say begging, like
Randy,
because he was,
dude.
Yeah, and Randy Orton just didn't budge. So, I want to see more RK Bro, but is this pointing us to possibly splitting sometime soon?
Maybe there's a point where Randy helps Riddle. Maybe that'll get us a little farther down the road.
Okay.
I know. I hear the disappointment in your voice too. I get it. I know.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
At some point down the line, we expect Randy Orton to be the one to turn, but we won't get there yet because right now there's still a lot going on, a lot of potential with RK Bro.
Hey, Jackson Riker is in the back beating himself with a leather strap. Mansoor, see, Linda, I practiced. Mansoor comes up and asks, what the hell is he doing? And you know what? He actually explains himself. Look, never let your enemy get away. Most of the time people around you, the closest to your enemy. So, I had Elias within my grasp when he's run away the last 2 matches. Next week on Raw, I will have Elias in a strap match. This kind of speaks to the edict that Vince McMahon had put out there. He says, look, I'm not looking to call up people from NXT just to the Raw and SmackDown shows just to be wrestlers. I need characters. I need to know what, matches are for. So here you got, and this is no slight against the guys, but here you got some bottom of the card, mid card guys. They're going to have a match that means something next week.
Yeah, that's great to see. This has been weeks in the making, and it could have just been a final grudge match, but instead we'll have the strap, and that adds a little something to spice up Raw leading up to.
I got to be completely honest. I think this is part AEW's doing with the different little gimmick matches that they might have on a random Dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that, I did think of that recent match with Dustin Rhodes and with Nick Camarado, right?
Right.
They had that recent one. So, yeah, I mean, if they are taking that page from the AEW book, I think it's
cool.
A great move. Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing against it at all. Finally, the main event in the Hell in a Cell. So USA Network can stop crying like little babies. Just kidding, but not really. With Bobby Lashley, and out of all his accolades that he mentioned at the beginning of the show, do you notice Xavier Woods didn't mention? I believe he has a doctorate. He was going by Dr. Xavier Woods. I believe he has a doctorate. What his field is, I don't know, but I believe he is a doctor of something, and not thugonomics.
You took it out of my mouth.
But and he's not like Dr. J or Dr. Pepper. Bobby Lashley, Xavier Woods. Now, when you look at this match on the surface, and I don't mean on the surface of the cell, I mean just on paper, regardless of Bobby Lashley getting, going through hell and coming out the night before in Hell in a Cell, Lashley still should run through Xavier Woods. They gave us enough reasons, I thought, during this match, and I like this match. They gave us enough reasons to believe Xavier Woods has a chance, right? I thought so too. I thought with MVP and Kofi Kingston on the outside, I like the way things were going. We did not see the mysterious hand assisting Lashley like it did Sunday night. I honestly think they need to make that a character. There's been talk, and we'll talk to Matthew Thomas about that. He believes it is Mark Henry's son.
Oh.
The hand that he gave, that Mae Young gave birth to 30 years ago.
Ooh, that could be. That could quite be. Yeah, I didn't even think about this mysterious hand appearing during last night's Hell in a Cell match, but that would have been quite tremendous.
I'm telling you, I can't wait until the day where WWE.com says the hand. We wish the hand all the best in his future endeavors, and they release the hand due to budget cuts.
Perhaps.
And the hand's out on the road, just using a thumb, kind of like what was that? The Thing from Addams Family. The hand that was just running around.
Yes.
Family.
Yes.
Or could it be the hand from Evil Dead 2?
The hand that rocks the cradle.
All right. Well, Bobby Lashley wins. The key takeaway from this match was that MVP opened the cage, got in the cage, locked in, and put the lock on the inside, and locked out Kofi while they beat down Xavier. Very good job of beating Xavier in front of Kofi to go off the air and sticking his face up against the fence. On the outside looking in, boy, Kofi Kingston's a bad friend because he couldn't get over there fast enough to stop this.
Well, he did his best. He almost got through because MVP didn't get the cage locked too tight.
Right.
He could have almost got through, but no.
Not a single referee stopped him. Not a single referee had the key.
Yeah, nothing. There wasn't another key. Yeah, but this adds some steam to the new Kofi Bob Lashley
match coming up at in a Bank. Well, again, we got some business done last night, so I'm happy to see that. We announced who's going to be in some of the Money in the Bank matches. We announced Rhea Ripley and Charlotte at Money in the Bank for the Raw Women's title. There's matches in the Heavyweight Championship, the Raw title. Bob Lashley and Kofi Kingston are going to take, a one-on-one match. Maybe they'll make it a stipulation. Who's to say?
Yeah.
But that would be Matthews, Bob Lashley, and Linda Kay's Kofi Kingston.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Some more points for Team Longtime. But no, but all in all, you mentioned the great things about Raw last night. And to top it off, we got the first Hell in a Cell match in, 23-something years on Raw?
23 years on Raw, yeah. But what else is coming up?
Well, I will be heading back to the Ville.
Wait. The Louisville, right?
Yeah. Louisville.
I mean, Louisville. What did you call it? The Ville?
The Ville.
Is that what the kids are calling it now?
Some people. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back down at Al Snow's OVW.
You got to rest yourself. After we get off the air this morning, I think it's chamomile tea and honey until you get down there and get to work.
Absolutely, yes. Definitely got to reserve my voice. I'll be heading down this week. We've got our OVW live TV show. Thursday night will be live on the Free Fight TV app and throughout stations throughout Kentucky all weekend. But we've got the live show Thursday night. I'll be ring announcing then on Friday night at the Logan County Fair.
Nice.
That's about an hour north of Nashville in Russellville, Kentucky. OVW has been out on the road doing house shows the last couple weeks and a very busy summer. Tons and tons of house shows throughout Kentuckyana. I'll be getting to ring announce at the county fair. Logan County.
Is the kid that wears the fanny pack going to be out on the road too?
Yes, he will.
Did we not see him on Monday night on AEW?
Yes, the fanny pack kid, Cal Hero. He's everywhere.
Yeah, again. He's everywhere, man. He's been everywhere, man.
Yeah. Oh, and then just to cap everything off in Louisville this weekend, it is this month's Saturday night special Chained Carnage. Now, this is going to be an OVW championship match where the ropes are going to be replaced with chains. So you will not want to miss that. That is Saturday night. Make sure to check out OVW's YouTube channel and website, unless you'll be in the area.
Okay, come on down to the Ville.
That absolutely. So it'll be a busy weekend for myself, but I'll be back in time to chat with you.
Okay, hopefully you'll have some voice left for us.
Perhaps, otherwise I might need Matthew to fill in once again.
Hey, and that's how it works. That's how it works here at PWR today. So for Linda Kay, I'm the Manly Call Meathead. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk tomorrow morning with Matthew Thomas. So long, everyone.